Well, hello there, everyone. WARdROBE here. Yes, I am on. I have taken over Hexy and Camp Sawyer's channels. No, how dare I? We've gone into a contract negotiation. We're sharing channels, and I think they're cool with this until that Camp comes on to say, "Get off my channel," because that's how he is. Such a mean dude. Anyway, hey, I'm here. Just gonna play a little bit of Unconditional Surrender, Western Campaigns. Just playing the training scenario 3. What I did is I went through the steps of the, kind of like I did with GBACW and Stigler's game, Sword and Bayonets. I went through the training kind of play-by-play scenario in the playbook, and then I continued the scenario after it finished because I think it did the first turn. This kind of did the same thing, first turn. Then I took over on turn 2. I have 2 months left. I have August and September, and I better get France taken over or it's all over. Netherlands has fallen, Belgium's fallen, France is not going well. I think of it. We'll see how I need good weather. I need fair weather on the next turn as well. I had a poor weather turn, and I'll tell you what, man, just not much happens on those turns. The British went like crazy in July and wore down the German aircraft reserve, so they've only got 2 attacks. Each of them has 2 attacks this turn. He has 3 left. It goes by sorties. You're allowed up to 6. French are both sitting at 4 as well because they were worn down by the Germans. So I think the very first thing I would do is, let me see if I can turn off autofocus on that. I want to turn that off here, but comment, let me know who's watching. Appreciate it. I'm just going to do a couple of things here and click around. My comment thing has not been updating. Let me know if you can hear me. Everything's cool. I need to find the program for running this. And I need to turn off autofocus here because it's going to keep. Whoa, how's that? Is that pretty good? I don't know how that's looking there. And let's get going. All right, so the first thing I think I'm going to do is attack some air with some air. Steve, yes, it is Western Campaigns, correct. And Danny, thank you so much. All right, Danny, what I want you to do, Danny, is get your ASL out, and could you fight this battle out? So these are armies, so I'm going to need you to fight a lot of battles here against them. That'd be great. Okay. Could you do it in the next, I don't know, 30 minutes? Yeah, I don't know how long I'll be on here. It'd be cool if I could finish the game today on this. That would be great. Okay. So I think the first thing I want to do is I want to run a sortie. I'm going to run these guys and attack, do a little strike and try to wear down the French air so they can't support any battles. So here I go. You don't have a choice. You kind of have to do it as the French. Or you have to do it anyway. If someone's attacking you, you have to, fight them off. You can go 7 hexes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. So you can fight them. So I'm going to go through the, maybe I should zoom out just a little bit so you can see the, yeah, exactly. See you in 7 years, Danny. Appreciate it. Let me know the result. Let me zoom out actually a little bit because, so you can see the die roll modifiers there maybe. Oh, you can see it right there. So now maybe I'll move the camera a little bit. Okay. All right, so let me get out the chart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this chart here. I'll tell you what, this game is so easy that I feel like I must be forgetting something. So maybe I am, I don't know, but we'll see. So great charts here, figure out your roles. So I'm going to go through this air combat thing and I'm going to count this. So this German is attacking here. It's in fair weather. So the first one is, it's a German air unit. So they're the attackers, so they get 2. Am I fighting a UK or USA unit? No. Bomber, low supply, defender sex, poor weather, number of sorties. Now this is where it gets bad. So this guy's got 4 and this guy's got 4. So then what happens is, so the die roll for the defender flips to negative -4, and this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's going to be -4. So now the attacker is, oh man, I should be, you want to see, I like it when I show the die roll, the dice tower, but I want you to see the map more. So sorry. All right. So this is not good. The attacker rolled a 6. They rolled a 1. So they end up with a -3, which I haven't found it. I think that just counts as a 1 on the thing because there's no negatives or zeros on the, I'll show you as soon as I'm done figuring out. And then, so this is good for them. Well, maybe 6 minus 2 is 4. So it's going to be a 4 to 1 because, I mean, it should be -3. I kind of wish they had a 0 line, but they don't. Because anyway, so it's a DR2. So the cool thing is this. So then you flip this over and you see, oh, whoops. And okay, I didn't have to do any of those. Okay. So air combat results. So I'm going to add the sorties based on that number. So it was a DR +2. So the attacker is going to add 1 sortie. The defender is going to add sorties equal to it. So this is exactly what I wanted to happen. The French now are going to have 6 sorties. So they can now not fly anymore for the turn. They have to add 1, so they go up to 5. And a DR means nothing in this case. We'll probably talk about how that impacts it. Let me just make sure. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So that was an airstrike, so it's over. I think, again, this same German's going to attack this guy. It's going to be the same exact results. So, well, no, it's not actually. Actually, it's going to be worse. It's going to be 1 worse for them because he now has 5. He now has 5. Does anyone have 3? I don't think so. I think these guys are sitting at 4 as well. So I want to use him. So he's sitting at there. The defender's still going to be here because he's sitting at 4 as well. So sorry if that didn't make sense. Just going through it fast. Hey, what's up, Charles? I need another. All right. Yeah, he basically needs to roll a 6 because this could be bad, actually. Oh my gosh, exact same roll. So now we're going to be looking at a 3 to 1, which is still a DR2. This guy's done, but so are all the French. So now, do I attack all French this turn? Wow, that really couldn't have turned out better, honestly. And I'm nearing the end game, so use my resources. So that is an interesting thing. As you see, it's kind of like the Great Campaigns games. Great Campaigns of the Civil War, when you play a little scenario, you like just use everything. But then when you play a campaign, you get really conservative about saving stuff. So, all right, now. So basically what has to happen is I really need I need Paris to fall. Honestly, I don't think they can win this game now that I'm thinking about this, because they still have 14 will. If Paris falls, they'll get down to 10 will. And I don't think that causes them to collapse. You still have to meet the 0. You still have to get down to the country immediately collapses, national drops to 0, or all of its cities are in. Yeah, so it's not going to happen. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's okay. I need to continue trying to combat. I'm just having a hard time eliminating the French units, first of all, because it's just not happening. Like this fort has stuck these guys up, but I don't think you would move. Well, okay, let me step back. These guys are back here, but it doesn't really matter because they can't get up here because none of these guys can stack with these guys. Very limited stacking. Let me make sure if I'm getting that wrong real quick. I think it's 1 ground unit, 1 air unit. That would be hilarious if I was getting that wrong. That would make a huge difference, but I think it's the case. That would be awesome if that's what I was doing. Wait, we're stacking. It's probably under movement here. It is interesting. Here's stacking limits. They can have one of each of the following: bomber, fighter, and ground. Yeah, okay. And you can only violate it when moving through. So none of these guys really matter here. If all they're going to probably be able to do is reduce this guy, which they've done a couple times. Then in the supply, the replacements phase, they just flip them back over because I have the points to do it. Well, what do we got here? Hey, who's on here? Hexy's rolling. You snuck in.
I've been on here for about 5 minutes now.
What are you doing? ASL SK?
I'm heating up some chicken parmesan.
Oh my! That didn't sound like.
Then I'm going to ASL SK.
That didn't sound like. Are you using dice to stir it?
I'm using dice to determine how many minutes I leave in the microwave.
Oh, perfect. That's a good way of cooking. Good luck eating that chicken. Okay, everybody. Hexy joined us. Thanks for joining. Oh, sorry. Let me look here. World War I. This is World War II. You need to keep playing it out so that you can figure it. Yes, exactly.
What camera are you using?
Brio.
And off your Mac?
Uh-huh.
I wonder why that picture is always so clean. I must be doing something wrong.
I talk nice to my machines.
Are you using Loggy Capture?
I'm using I'm using G Hub.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Which is like their gamer hub thing. I don't know if that makes a difference, but it recommended that over Logic Capture.
Right.
What's up, Camp? 1940. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is the France 1940 scenario. Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting now that I'm looking at like, there's no way I'm not going to win this game. I thought I had a chance to, because I was just trying to take over Paris. Really, my goal is to take over Paris by the end of September. But then the French would fight out, but it would open, if I could do that, it would open it up a bit. So anywho, so here I am. These guys could attack here, but they're probably just going to flip. So what do I want to attack? I think maybe. So if I were the Germans, I'd be parsing this out in certain ways here. I might as well go ahead and do this attack here. Yeah, I'm going to do this attack here. So I could maybe do an assault on the fort, but the fort, I need to get past here. I need to break past this, free up. So the zones of control are super tight in this game. So this guy can't even move here. Now he could. The planes don't matter. You can always move into where there's only planes. It just displaces them. But you can't move Zoc to Zoc. Again, hopefully I'm reading and remembering that correctly. So this guy can't even move here because that's a Zoc to a Zoc. It's really super tight. So I've just got all bunged up and jammed up here. And in fact, I decided, oh yeah, I need to move these French. I should have moved these the last turn, move them over to here. I don't know why I did not think of that. That's hilarious. It's like McMurray and I are playing, and then this guy really needs to go over here or here, or even here, and they couldn't move here, but you might as well move here and make them have to fight you. And you couldn't advance. So, or move into here. Actually, this guy move into here, this guy move into here, and you just blocked it out because now you're fighting. So we're going to send this tank unit against here. Now here's a question. The French, all right, so here we're going to go there. Now you have to do this thing where you commit. This is a little bit of a challenge when you're playing solo here. Hey, look, it sounds like thunder. I know he's doing a little prepping and reading about GCACW. I'm glad someone's getting to know how to learn that, play that game. Okay, so you have to say this, and you do this secretly. I don't think you have to say what. Please hold, everyone. Let me share this with somebody. I forget he doesn't have. Okay, I think we might be getting another guest here. Okay, so the German and Allied player would kind of hold this in their hand here, and then they say, okay, who are you committing? I'm committing somebody. I'm not committing somebody. And I'll have to look if you have to say what you're committing or not beforehand. But so basically the German, you can commit surprise attack, airdrop, which I'm pointing to, which I'm not showing you. There's tank support, there's air support. So the French, I know, pardon me, that was terrible. The French, we all know the French can't give any more air because they're both burnt out to 6. They can use this tank. The Germans can use surprise attack, and airdrop's actually a move. You got to do that first. But they could do that earlier. But surprise attack is something, and it gives +1 to a combat. The British did that here, and I thought the British did that there and they actually pushed someone back, but maybe they didn't. Well, I definitely used it, but it doesn't appear to have worked. Oh, I reduced a unit because he couldn't retreat. So that's a thing. That's kind of interesting. If they can't, yeah, if they can't retreat, they just reduce. So, which is good. It's just, you can rebuild them. So again, that's something else I got to verify. This is a pretty tough game to, well, it's tough right now because maybe I don't know, I just don't know how to play it well. Okay, so he's going to go there. If I were the French, I don't know if I would commit the tanks to that because I don't know if they're going to attack. I got three other attacks they could do. So I would probably hold off on that. I'd probably hold off. So they wouldn't commit the tanks to that attack. So then what you do is you go through all the modifiers. And the Germans are committing. So they're going to commit air. Okay, so the British cannot support it because they're not attacking a British unit. So let's go through the modifiers for combat. Again, pretty easy. Primary attacker defender, there's only one tank against an infantry unit. I am crossing a river, so that's going to be a problem. Oh, and what you do is you basically pay the movement for it to go in there. And I've got the movement. I'm right there. Actually, no, that's not how that would work. I'm going to be attacking on the mobile. They get 10 movement points. You can kind of see it there. To move into attack across a river, it's a clear hex. So that's one, cost 1. And it's not a city or fort. It's not rough. It is across a river, so that's +1. So that's 2 movement points. And I'm attacking in a unit, fair heather, so that's 3 points. So I'm using 3 movement points to go in there. So and this matters because you attack and move. There's another game that's like that you use your points to attack and move and do all that. But he's probably going to be interesting. Okay, let's do the attack and see. All right, so that's 3 movement points. Now let's go through the defender. So it's a German unit, so he gets 2. French, UK, or USA unit, 1. No elite unit, reduced strength, low supply tank unit, and defender's hex is affected by fair weather. So they're up to 4. I am receiving air support from these guys. So we're going to give him 5. I'm not sure when you're supposed to give that. I just give it to him right now, even though if they were having to. So if they committed air to that, then there would be air combat, and then you'd see how much they get. So that's kind of cool too. Okay, so I got that one. So that's 5. I don't think I want to use my surprise attack on that. And we'll talk about the airdrop here in just a second. So I think right now we're looking at a 5. Oh, I'm attacking across the canal. So now it goes down to 4. So that's impacting me twice. River. And that's it. So I'm starting out 4 to 1 already. Come on. I feel this is bad. The Axis have used 2 6s in a row here. 4 to 5. So 4 plus 4 is 8. And 5 plus 1, oh boy, is 6. So this is probably not going to be great. Yeah, in fact, there's going to be no effect. And this is what's been happening here. So 8 to 6. Yep, no effect. Fantastic. So, you know what? So I've got more points, so I'm going to do it again. So it's costing 3 more points. We're going to do the same thing. So it's going to be all the same. Let's see, was that right? Yeah, no, yep. So 4 to 1 again. I'm going to use this last air sortie. I didn't really want to use it for that, but I need to bust through this. So come on. The Axis is rolling pretty decently. Oh, well, that's not going to do it. So 6 to 7. That's interesting. 6 to 7 is going to be a no effect. All right. Well, now
I'm here. I just had my mic muted while I'm doing something.
Yeah, no problem. All right, Charles, thanks a lot. No, 100%. Richard, hey, Richard, nice to see you. Camp on it, Camp. Good to see you here. Thanks for letting me hijack your channel. All right. Well, I've got the movement points, so I've just got to keep going here. Unless there's just something I'm missing here. So, all right. So I use the first attack, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And now 1, 2, 3. All right. So I'm attacking one more time. I know they get the 2. I'm not committing any more air to it. It's a tank unit, but I'm attacking across a river, and they're Frenching. So now it's only 3 to 1. Not 3 to 1, but geez, it's gonna be nothing. 8 to 4. Oh, 8 to 4 might be something. So 8. I just moved this up there to 4. Let's take a look here. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. 8 to 4. DR. Now you ignore that +2 because that's only for air. And then okay, so DR. So defender retreat. I mean, they're going to be able to retreat in an advantageous place here, but that's okay. They did it. So, and then the defender retreats, very clear. You must retreat 1 hex away from the attacker. Cannot retreat. Apply the defender. So he gets to go back. So that's good. Now he can move into there. The problem is no, he's not. So he, all right. So he moves into there and well, hold on. Nope, I can't move in there. Okay. So then I know what I'm going to do here. Okay. Beautiful. I'm going to place the German. He's going to place an assault marker here. He's going to assault the British. So you know that now. So the British would probably think about, well, I mean, they can only use it on, so they're going to use that for sure. And their air is better. Well, not better, but their air is pretty strong. So they got that. So he's done moving. He has enough movement points to move in there. I don't think he has to be the primary attacker, but he probably will be because he's a tank. Okay. This unit here. So the guys in the Maginot Fort do not have a zone of control. So they're going to go. So they get. Let me make sure I got this right. Again, really nice chart. Ranges. Where's movement? I've lost movement. I've lost movement. Oh, wow. Where is this thing? Oh, funny. Somewhere there's a movement chart that tells how much movement you get here. Oh, here it is. So light ground unit with full supply 8, lower no supply 4, tanks 10. So then so they get 8 points. They move into that clear hex for 1. I don't want to move into, oh, shoot. Okay, I'm not going to move as far as I want. They're going to move into there. Now this displaces them. Let's see how that works. This is a new thing. So if he moves into there, that would cost them 1 clear, 1 across the river, unless it's 2. Clear hex. +1 there. Now, I don't think it costs anything to move in there with the air. And I moved in zone of control, but now I'm kind of locked in there. Which is kind of a bummer, actually. That's what I mean. This is, and that German infantry or tank unit is using all. In some ways, you kind of wonder, like, when do you abandon these forts? Like, I might want to start thinking about it because I've got a retreat path. It would free up. I probably won't do it on this turn or in this game because it's a short game. But if I were playing the full thing, I might want to bounce out. Although that means they would get Strasbourg, which is another town for Will. But that might be worth it because then I could move them back here and they could be here for a longer defense of France and to try to reinforce that. So what am I doing here? I'm looking for displacement of air. So I just saw that. This could take a second. Air, displace. Okay, so air rebase 6-2. Whoops, air movement, air displacement 4237. That's pretty cool that that's in there. If a ground unit enters a hex containing an enemy unit, per air movement rules, immediately move out of the hex per air movement rules. Exception: the unit cannot use to. The enemy moves even if it has 6 sorties. The displaced unit is not considered activated, but you would add 1 to it if after it was done. Multiple displaced enemy units enter the hex may not move the same. Okay. Okay, so now I just need to, I haven't done a whole lot of air movement. So air movement is airstrike, 7 hexes, air support 5, airdrop 3, partisans, air rebase. So let's see what it takes to move air. And air rebase 621. A phasing air unit can activate to move when the move is done. Oh, how funny. Air actions are rebase, airstrike, air support.
I just realized what Charles's prior commitment was.
Well, oh, is there something going on?
Gamers with coffee.
Oh, shoot. I forgot they were on. I don't think we really conflict too much, except for Charles. I lost Charles. Come on. Oh, that's funny. How far do they get to move to rebase? That's interesting. It doesn't tell me that in there. Air displacement per air 422. All right. Oh, I see. All right. Cannot an air prohibit hex player cheat movement. Cannot end hex violate stacking limits. Cannot end in an EZOC unless the hex contains a friendly air. An air unit. I guess 7 hexes. An air unit moves 1 hex adjacent using the operational. An air unit can cause air movement to move across hexes or in a port. Why is this thing like I just told you this game is simple, and here I am stumbling here. Sorry, everybody. An air movement must end in a friendly city. Oh, air movement must end in a friendly city or in a hex containing a transport line and no enemy unit or. Oh, they are in a transport line.
They made some major improvements to G-Hub.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, my picture, I'm looking at it through the G-Hub right now. It looks freaking amazing, dude.
Yeah, I've been really happy with it. It's been very stable. The Logitech or Logitune started getting unstable for me. It wouldn't work.
Now, curiosity, are you logged into Logitech or?
Am I logged in?
Yeah, on your G-Hub, are you logged into a G-Hub account or? Because I haven't done that. Do I need to do that?
I have one. I am not currently logged in.
Okay, all right.
That's interesting. I thought I was actually to save my settings, but I don't know. Okay. Well, I don't know what these guys can do here, so I'm not going to move that far back, but they do have to move back, and I would probably move him back to here.
So while you're doing that, remind me how the strength works for these units, because it's been a long time since I played.
Yeah, hold on. Maybe I need to move like down here or something, so he could be more available to support. I don't need to support Maginot. We're fine. Let's move over here. Okay. So there are no strength points and no movement points because everyone gets the same. Armor gets the same movement, and infantry gets armor. Mobile get 10. Infantry get 8. Everybody. You don't use strength points. You only use the modifiers. So like Germany always gets a +2. France, UK, or USA get +1. Elites get +1. Reduced strength go down 2. Low supply go down 2. Tank units get +2. That kind of thing. So it's very broad.
Kind of like Army of the Potomac.
Okay. I don't think I noticed that when you guys were playing. I think this guy will definitely attack here. So he's going to go to across the river. We know it's clear, cross the river. And I think it costs 2 to attack. Is that right? That's what I mean. There's a lot of things here that if you play this somewhat regularly, yeah, so attacking. So it's not too hard to remember a lot of the stuff, like what it costs to do things. So I've paid the movement points. Now the modifiers. The modifiers are going to be pretty weak sauce here. What do the Germans want to do? Do they want to... Wait, how'd that guy run out of sorties? Oh, because I kept attacking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shoot. I should have waited. No, I couldn't. I couldn't wait to attack him. Oh, I could have actually. Oh, dang it. Okay. Well, what I should have done with him is assault him here to wait and see if I have any air available. But I'm not going to. I'm not going to worry about it. So DR defender. So they get 2 because they're attacking. They might.
The Netherlands have already surrendered, I assume.
Yep. It's going to be a 1-to-1 attack. And I say 1-to-1, 1 die roll modifier to 1 die roll modifier. Not good. So I really need a high German roll here. 4-to-1. So you don't just say 4-to-1 though. You add them because you need to know that it's actually 5-to-4 because or 5-to-2 because it might make a difference here. So because 4-to-1 would be our 2, and a 5-to-2 is also a DR2. But later on it might matter. So we know that that means they have to retreat. They would probably choose to retreat this way. Oh, I can't. Yeah, I think what I'll do is move. So if I had enough movement points, I would move here. I do not have enough movement points, so I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that there and move there. So this guy can now not move into there. Like, yeah, I'd rather move here. It just would open up more. I don't know. Anyway, move there. So perfect. Okay. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. All right. So this 2 unit would go. Let's see this guy. Let's see. What does that cost there? 1. I'm just looking for a movement costs and everything. Rough. So is that a rough hex there? Rough wood. So that's 2. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I like that. I like that. Yeah, maybe that guy moves down there. This guy's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, 5. Oh, yeah. 6, 7. Oh, yeah, baby. 8. So he has to displace again. He'd go here. Actually, boy. Oh, boy, I don't know where I'd put this guy. So if he's here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yikes. I guess, oh, man. I guess I'd move this guy to Vichy. Okay, here we go. So if I were playing the long game, I wouldn't leave these guys too much freedom of movement here. So I'd move these guys here like that. They're done. You kind of need to rotate them so you know who moved. Oh, I would have in the middle of that. So what you do is kind of in the middle of things, you would like, oh, I'm going to assault here. So now the British knows what you're going to do there. The French still, the British Russian player still doesn't know what you're going to use stuff for. I guess I'm going to use, let's see, what's this guy got? 4. Oh yeah, I can attack. Okay, we're going to place this assault here. So what you would want to do is I would want to put this assault here. I'm going to leave this guy available to attack. Everyone else has moved that can move. Is this a smart move here? I think I'm good because supply is counted later. So I actually probably may not want to do that. He might actually want to move here. Because he can't, no one can move there. So this is still open for supply. Oh, he's still going to be low supply though, I think. Yeah. Because he can't get, but that's okay. I'm near the end of the game anyway. So if I move there, I can't get any low supply. Actually, I probably want to move there because maybe I can take Vichy and get some more points, take a factory out. Okay. So I'd put that there, and I would probably have moved someone else, and then I'm saying, okay, I'm going to assault. Okay, so here's what you do for the assault. It's pretty much the same. So you go through all the modifiers. Now we are going to have a little interruption here. So we do our little will commit. They both say they're going to commit something. So the British are going to commit air, and they're also going to commit tanks. The Germans are going to commit surprise attack, which is a +1. And they're also going to commit air as well. So air, this guy's going to do air. Now this is going to be bad, probably for the air, but we'll see what happens. So tanks, surprise attack. So the first thing I want to do is, are they going to get the air support? So now we go through the air combat thing again. So Germany gets 2. UK, USA unit gets 1. Bomber, low supply, poor weather, number of sorties. Now this is where it's going to be bad. The defender goes down 3. So 1, 2, 3. So he's a -2. It's actually going to be the same because he's got 4. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So now they're both got a -2 to their roll. And there's no other modifiers. So first we're rolling a little air combat going on. Oh, not good. So not good for the Germans, good for the British. So it's going to be a total of 6 - 2 is 4 for the defender, and 4 - 2 is a 2 for the attacker. So it's 2 to 4. So you go here and you go 2. That's going to be it. So the AS2 probably means they're not going to get air support. So it's a +2. So now oh, that's interesting. Oh, defender adds 1 sortie, attacker adds, okay. So now he's only got 4. This is bad. Now they've lost their air. So he's got 4. The Germans are out now. They have 6. So they have no more air, I don't think. And AS means defender adds 1 sortie, attacker adds, sortie is equal to thing. Check below to see the other effects. AS means attacker and defender each receive the, oh, okay. So they're each going to get the 2 defend. Oh, that's really good. Okay. I mean, it helps. I thought it was just going to be the defender gets the air. That doesn't happen until it's AA, which makes sense. AA, that's funny. Okay. All right. So now we go through the normal modifiers. So we'll just go through them. Germany unit is the lead attacker. Defender is 1. Elite unit, reduced strength, low supply. Tank unit and fair weather. So that's up to 4. Tank unit and defender sex is effective. Okay, receiving air support. So in fair weather. So now we're up to 6 to 3. Primary attacker, nope. I'm not going to read them all out. I don't want to use them. Attacking into hex containing a city or a rough. I don't think there's anything here. Nope, just clear. Not attacking across a river, which is nice. I'm going to hopefully attack them across a river, which is not great. Okay, so now we look at the marker hex. So tanks. So, the ground. So they also get 2. But now, and this comes back the next turn. So that's kind of cool. So that's done. They also get ground support. September's gonna be a strong defensive here. And then they get surprise attack. So they get up to 7. You can only get up to 10. So they've only got 3 more to go. Surprise attack is a 1 and done. So it's done. The British had it already. So now we're 7-5. Now, I wish I had 2 tanks attacking them, because then they would get more. But right now they get +1, +2. So they're up to 9-5 modifiers. And that is it. If one of these guys was a tank, they'd get another one. So they could get the max of 10. Come on, dude. 9-5. That's pretty high for both sides. Okay. 5. So 14 to 11. Good Lord. Oh, DR2. Golly, that could have been so much better. Yeah, it would have been really low. Actually, they could not. All of them would have been DR2. So they're 1 shy away from no effect, which I didn't want. So they're going to move back 1. Now someone can advance into that spot. I'd love to put my tank in there.
Thought it was DR2.
I shouldn't have said the 2. That +2 is only for air attacks. So it's just DR.
One thing I do remember that I did like about this game is I do like the counters.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying this game.
They're clean and simple. So
Yep. So I mean, they're okay. I mean, that's good. Now the question is there anything else? So these guys haven't done anything yet. Do they want to attack this X? I kind of want to. I need to weaken them, and I don't think I have any more air yet. Everyone's gone. So, but I, as a German, I pretty much know they're going to get tanks. I'm not going to use so. They're going to get a +2 defense. I'm not going to get anything moving out of here. Their +2 is that +2, so it's going to be a 0. I got to move, man. All right, we're going to start with 8 movement. It's going to cost me 1. It's going to cost me 1 to move into the hex and 1 to attack them. So that's 2. So they're going to go in and attack them. It's German 2. They did commit. So that's going to be the defender's going to be higher. They're going to be 3, because I forgot that the French get a +1 anyway, because they're defending their homeland. And there are no sorties. Nothing can be done there. So here we go. Again, Germans it's always the attacker needs to roll high. What a weird concept. That's not going to work. Oh boy. So 2 for the Germans is going to be a total of 4. And 5 + 3 is 8. Okay, this could be bad. 4 to 8. Yeah. AS. I don't think I've had that. Defender adds. Nope. AS. Attacker stopped. It's over. Oh no, that's bad. So I had 6 more movement. I could have attacked 3 more times, but AS stops it, so they're finished. Womp womp. Well, you got to go for it. Okay. That is the end of that turn. We would check supply. I think I'm going to have some out of supply dudes. I'm going to have 4 low supply dudes. No, he can go here and here and get up to. He's not low supply, but these guys are low supply. So that's not great. It's not great for combat, but it's a -2 to combat for being low supply, and they don't get replacements. That's a big deal. And you check for everybody here. A unit in a hex checks different. Okay. All right. Operations phase now for the let's make sure. So operations phase for the Western powers. Now they have to pay for stuff. England does not, so they don't have to pay for anything. So question is, what do the Western powers want to do to try to blunt this attack? Now, again, they've won the game. So the question is, what would I do? So this guy could go 1. All right. So one thing.
What do you mean they won the game?
This scenario, they have to collapse France, and it's not going to happen.
Wow.
Because the most they're going to be able to do here is maybe take 2 towns, maybe the capital, and they're not going to get their will to go from 14 to 0 in that amount of time. There's just seeing how it's going here. I can check. Let me check the victory conditions again, but I'm pretty sure. The action faction wins if any turn Belgium, France, and Netherlands are conquered. Otherwise, the Western faction wins at the end of the last turn. So they have won. Oh, I need to be checking the Rommel across the Marne. Nice color coding. At least in the full game, that surprise attack marker affects all combats within 2. What? Oh, shoot. Well, let me check that. It probably does the same thing here. So it does help to read the rules. Weird. Well, okay. Okay. Superior planning, do. To all combats involving, more than one surprise may be placed in the same subphase. After putting a surprise attack marker in a hex, that marker may be used for one of the following. Oh, hold on. After putting a surprise attacker marker in a hex, that marker may be used for one of the... Oh, I totally used this completely wrong. Okay, so amphibious invasion. Marker removal immediately after resolving the invasion. Okay. Hex effect. While in a hex, the phasing faction applies a +1 DRM to any combat against a unit defending in a hex within a 2 hex range of the marker. Oh. The phasing faction places a +1 DRM to any combat against a unit defending in a hex within a 2 hex range of that marker. If both sides committed an air ground, this DRM is applied to the air combat if the defending ground unit is within the range of the marker. Oh, wow. The DRM is not applied if the marker is being used to perform an amphibious invasion assault. Amphibious invasion insult. The phasing faction applies a +1 DRM to any combat at the end of the phasing faction's. Oh my gosh, that's huge, dude. Jeff, where were you? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's for you, Jeff. Oh, be quiet, Dave. All of you, quit watching this. Quit commenting, everyone. Quit teaching me lessons of life, gaming life.
So what did I miss there? What? But
harumph. It's not. Well, it is kind of a huge deal. So this surprise attack marker, what you would do is you use it for an amphibious assault primarily. So like when they're coming here for D-Day, you'd put it in somewhere here.
Right.
And every combat for that turn gets a +1 modifier, which is pretty big. So what I would have done, and I did not see the rule that you have to place it at the beginning. It's just done. Well, I mean, yeah, let's look. Special marker action at any point during its subphase. So this, at least in this, but I think these are the primary rules. So anytime. So you might say, but so what, the British used it for an attack here. Let me make sure. Let's see. It has a nationality written, but it's benefits to any friendly unit. So this one could be used for anything. I kind of wish they should kind of just maybe put British, I don't know, somehow know that it's for everybody. Like maybe WP Western Powers and AP Axis Powers or something. Anyway, so yeah, so in this turn, it would have helped me because I placed it here.
You would have got pluses on those attacks.
Yeah, well, I would have probably placed it like here, and it would have affected, something, yeah. And would have affected the whole phase, which is pretty big. That's a big deal. So Jeff, I do appreciate you pointing that out. I honestly didn't even read that. I thought, I know what these things are for.
He's referring to Jeff Schulte.
Yeah, Jeff Schulte, not Jeff Hexey. He just insulted me with an applause. So, but I do that's a big deal, and that would have helped me on this turn probably.
Now G-Hub would just have a record button. That would be awesome.
Okay. Okay, so now this is kind of cool. So the French actually have to pay this. So this is nice. They really do. These scenarios are really good for teaching you certain things. So the French have to actually pay the first scenarios, I don't think. Oh yeah, I think the Western, the Netherlands and Belgium had to pay for that, but they were defeated in the first turn, I think, or maybe the second turn. But here, it costs production points to do stuff, and again, that's on here on production. So 1 to activate a leg, 2 to activate a mobile. So I do want to move this. So these guys, well, they're not locked. I could move him out actually into 1, 2, and he could go around. Oh, he could actually go here. I could spread out. It's almost like Zoc bonds, actually. So where would I want to move this guy? Probably move him here or here. All right, so this guy, I would pay a production point. So 16, 1, 2, 3. Now use the rail to go 4, or maybe just go. So he's still got a Zoc, but I move there. I'd probably just move around and down here, because now he can't move here. He can't move there. He can't move here. So this guy's locked in. So that's a good place for that. None of these guys would move. I don't need to protect Calais, because if he does, he can retreat into it. And this guy can retreat over there if he needs to. So that's all good. This guy's across the river. He's good. All the Germans have used, they're all done with air. So these guys, the British don't have to do anything. I don't think the British would attack here. I could, though. What would that be? That'd be, right now, that'd be 1 advantage to him, 2 advantage. But I'm attacking across the river, so yeah, I'm not going to do it. There's no need. So would this guy stay here? I think he would. So again, if this were the long game, I would probably start pulling these guys back to get back here, because you got this big old powerful line coming here. Although in some ways it would, well, actually it would be good to get these guys out of here, out of the fort, and then they could block off lines of supply too. So that might be something. That'd be an interesting thing to think about. For the Frenchies. I think that's all I'm going to do. I mean, they do have low supply on their combat, though. That's interesting. These two guys could attack here. I guess he can attack out of this fort. If he attacks out of that fort, does he come out of the fort? That's interesting. Let's look at forts real quick. It seems kind of odd that he can sit there and attack out of there and not give up his fort. I don't know, Jeff, you know? Appreciate the 11 watching, spending this time. And this is way more exciting than those football playoffs. Although I guess that other game was pretty exciting today. It sounded like it was close. Forts. 40 fort. Forts. 14-5. I was a little unclear, like, do forts can, okay. Only a ground unit may occupy a fort. To show a ground unit occupies a fort, you put it under the fort. While occupying a fort, the following applies. It does not exert a Zoc. It cannot designate or initiate. It cannot designate or initiate an attack. It cannot designate. I guess that means it can't attack. Okay. It cannot exit or reoccupy a fort within the same activation. It can only be attacked by an assault. That's a big deal. So it can only be attacked by an assault. So it can only be attacked once per turn. So what happens if they're attacked? The modified die roll. Oh. Well, I think I did that wrong too. If it is attacked, the attacker's modified die result, I think I just divided the die roll, is divided by 2 round up. Wow. It says round up, round up. Did they mess that up? If it suffers a D, okay, blah, blah, blah. If an EZOC is exerted into the fort hex, it is considered to be in an EZOC, okay? Oh, so then he can't move out of the fort there. This guy could, though. Ooh. This guy could move out of the fort. That's Strasbourg, though. Oof. Oof, boy. The question I had wondered is it cost a movement point to move out of one of their points to move out of that fort? So basically he can't do that. So he can attack him though, but that's a tank unit. But these guys could attack him. I think we're going to do that. Yeah. So we're going to set up an assault. So these guys would say, I'm going to move into there. And I'm going to move into there. So I would probably put that assault, move that guy, and then place that assault. So that's all that's going to happen here. So to do that, production. So that goes down to 14. And let's do the assault. So the attacker, French, German, 2. Let combat back down to 0. Should do these in order. Reduce strength, low supply. I've already did that. I've already done that. Pardon me. Tank unit, air support, none. Air support, isolated. They're not isolated. That means there's no retreat. Basically, you're really surrounded. And they have 1 additional attacker. So it's a 2-0. Oh, geez. 4-1. I think that gets me something. Yep. DR2. So DR, I should quit saying 2. So he goes back to here. And I would probably go ahead and move into there because although he could move into there. So I would actually not do that. Oh boy. Yeah, this is a tough one here. If he moves into there, this tank unit can go free. So I think, gosh, I don't know if that was a smart thing to do because I'm not going to occupy that. I'm not going to get it. I'm not giving up Strasbourg. Yeah, because I don't want to give up Dijon either. Okay. Well, basically, all I've done is forced him to. Yeah, it didn't cost any more to attack there like that either. I don't think. No. Okay. I don't even need to use this naval evac. They're not even going to get that far. I think that's it. Okay. So then I'm going to get a drink. I'll be right back after I do this. So let's do the intern stuff, and then I'm going to get a drink, and I'll be right back here. Let's see, what time is it? Almost 5. Okay. All right. So then we go to conditional events. That didn't happen. No supply phase. Oh, the reason to move into here and maybe move those guys. I'm moving into possibly getting them isolated because then they can't retreat. Yeah, so we would do that. He would move here. We'd pay another point. Sorry, as I think about things. I have no idea if it costs movement points to move out of that. So that'd be 1. I'd pay that. I already did 1, 2, 3. So I've left that fort open. So now I've left that channel open, and these guys can't come out of those forts. So that's a problem for them. But I'm getting close to I'm isolating these guys if I could push those guys back. So, okay. But no one is, so they can all go up through here. They're still low supply. Let's make sure of that, actually. Are they now in a state of no supply? Oh, wait, that's, nope, I'm sorry. Supply phase is, okay, let's check supply phase for the, actually, oh, these guys might be low supply. Yeah, oh, so actually this guy might have wanted to move there. Because he could go, he'd be low supply. Oh, man. Is he low supply or no supply? I think I need to understand the supply a little bit better than I. Supply sub 7.3. Any advice? Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, it's in between. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Yes, Danny, which is why I don't want to give it up. And because he'll pull in there, be like, excuse me, do you have any the poupon? Boy, that's an old reference. Guy hand out of the limousine. All right, what are we doing here? I'm looking up some. Let's look at supply. What a great time to figure it out. Supply.
You're a riot.
Supply check. What's that?
You are a riot.
Yeah, I'm hilarious. I'm hilarious. Supply check. Supply check. It is interesting they have limited and unlimited supply sources, which is cool. Supply line. The supply lines are very tight in this game. The supply line is traced from the hex occupied by the checking unit to a friendly supply source for that unit. Each unit traces its own supply line. More than one unit can use the same path. All hexes are traced out of. Blah, blah. You cannot include a hex containing an enemy city, fort, unit, or ZOC. Exception, unless it's a ZOC that's a friendly city. Oh, okay. So that's something else there. Okay, so this would actually work. So actually here is a better place to be for them because that's defeats that ZOC. Okay, cool. Again, that's why we play it and why we mess around here. So then these guys are not, so they can get to these railroad hexes and go choo-choo McGee and get their stuff, though they're getting close to being out. But anyway, it's pretty tight. So it's up to 2 hexes to a hex containing a transport line or friendly supply source for that unit. I think I need to make a chart for their supply so I can understand, just so, because it's actually quite a bit of rules considering how few rules there are for other things in here. But it's kind of good because I can see how it could really help you. It's like a one full page, for which this game is a lot for that. So I think I'm okay. Supply check. So these guys may not be okay, though. Although he can go here. Is there a train line? Oh, yeah. So see, he's fine, too. He would have been fine because 1, 2. Yeah, 2 hexes is pretty short. Though, yeah, these guys are getting close. So I need to check supply sources. A limited supply source can supply up to 2 units, giving each a low supply state. Remember, limited is low and unlimited. Limited is a friendly capital in a conquered country or friendly capital without a port in a Western country. Okay. Friendly country city. Friendly UK city. Okay, so we're the Western powers are good, and the British are good because they can still get to a port and get all their stuff. The question is, though, how about these Germans? Though let's not worry about that. We'll worry about that when we get to it. So. All right, so that's supply. No supply phase, don't have to worry. Now replacement, spin product. This is everyone's doing this. So spin production points to replace and do all that business. So it's cost 2, and there's a nice chart for this here. We'll do the Germans first. I don't know if it matters, but the Germans have unlimited. So basically, these guys get to go from 6 to 4. And that costs, if the Germans had points, which they don't right now. Oh, no, it's 3. 3 to get 2 sorties. But it's worth it if you have it. 3 for 2. Okay. No one's reduced. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have any units that I've lost or need to replace, so nothing's going to happen there. They have these, you can't see it, but there's an eliminated mobilization and events box. They don't get any of that. And so now the French will get to see how much. So it's going to cost them. The British also don't have anything. So they're going to get to go from 4 to 2 for nothing because they just have unlimited because they've got to their country, I guess. I don't know. So that's cool. So they get 2 back. They don't have anything to replace or do. The French, it's going to cost them 6 to replace both this air. So they would go from 13 down. So you use them all the turn, then you lose them. So they would go from 13 to 7, but then which is perfect because so I remove the production down to 0. But that's perfect. So well, actually, let's do that. So they go down to 7, and they both get to get 4 back or 2 back each. So that goes there. That goes there. Okay. So then that's all the points there. Mobilization phase, victory check phase, into turn phase. Okay, so we're going to advance. This is the last turn. They do get their tanks back and ground support for events. The Germans have one thing, and that's an airdrop. The placement of the French, this attack was really good here. The fact that I moved this guy here because now the Germans can't move into here. This X is not, nope. All these guys here, if this guy hadn't have been here, I could have gone bloop, 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 and then had the Paris surrounded on 3 sides. So that was pretty good. In fact, the Germans are going to be pretty weak sauce here. So they'll probably make their push on this front and maybe try to push these guys back. No problem. Okay. All right. So that's that. It's in turn phase. So we're going to that last turn. Let me go get a drink and I'll be right back. Are you there, Jeff? Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm here.
All right. I'll be back in a couple minutes. If you want to vamp or not, I can put on music.
Yeah, put on music. I'm installing something.
Okay. It's going to be some pretty banger music here, everybody. So just hold on here. Let's see. Where's my little... Oh, I don't think I have that loaded here. Oh, my little I'll be right back. Oh, dang. Oh, that's a bummer. I need to move that over here. So,
no, but I think there's one in there.
Oh, really? Joint intro, timer, loop, intro, outro. This is also fun. We're just going to do a little music. I'll be right back, everybody. Jeff's here watching for you. Let's do a little lo-fi. What's up, everybody? I'm back. Oh, we lost some people. Oh, thanks, Danny. Okay. I should have muted my mic. That's funny. I'm a pro. I guess I got $100 from YouTube one time. Wait, did I get that? Anyway, if I did, I'm a pro. All right. Although I really lost money on it, but okay. All right, everybody. Last turn, September. Can the Germans win? No, they cannot. But all right, let's see what we need to do. Weather phase. Oh boy, this will make it. If this is poor, it's all over. Let's see. Oh, it's only going to be fair July through September. 6 fair. Bang. And so these are the months to attack. All right. Economy phase. Determine each production. Okay, so the production points that they get 7 plus 2 per factory. So they get 7. They start at 7, and they have 4 factories, so they get 15 total. So they got 17 at the beginning because they lost that factory. They shouldn't have had that many, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt you. It just, like I said, it closes to 0 at the beginning of the month, and you get it fresh. So there's no accounting. You're not keeping track. You can't store up, which I kind of like because you got to feed your people. You got to feed. It makes sense. It's good. The will is down to 14. All right. So there's the economy phase. I don't have to do it for Germany or England. Otherwise, I would. Strategic movement phase. I don't even know why they give you strategic movement. I don't see when they would use this. All right, what are the Germans going to do? Operations phase. Now, they have tanks, ground support, all kinds of stuff. I mean, I'm tempted. Do I have to cross the river? I don't have to cross the river for that. I can't move from this. So, yeah, this is great. No one can support this. Well, this guy could. All right. So here's some interesting things. Here's the struggle with, I should have moved this guy. Oh, that's a control marker. Okay. So assaulting is cool because you can combine up and get some more bonuses, but that's all you're going to do. If I use my movement to attack, it's possible I would get multiple attacks. So even though assault would be a little stronger. Now the French have air, the German have air. I could use the German again. I may do that actually. Interesting. All right, so the German's going to go against this air in here. We're going to do that same thing I did last time. The attacker gets 2 for being a German unit. It's fair weather. The French get a 1. Do French air get 1? No, they do not. It's fair weather. That's fine. I think that's all I get. No, and the number of sorties. I think it's 4 to 4. So it's going to be a -2 to a -4. Golly, dude. Are you serious? So 5 minus 2 is 3. And 6 minus 4 is 2. So 3 to 2. No effect. So they each add 1. That was not what I wanted. Who do I attack? I attack this guy. That's a bummer. No, I can't do what I wanted to do. me think about this. So as the German, I'd want to use him multiple times. So, so he's going to attack him again because air range for air support is 5 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he can defend Paris. This guy can. Oh, and I got my tanks too. I need to remember that. And ground support. Oh yeah, so ground support, here's an example. It says Western. Thank you, Danny, and thank you, Brian. Okay, so where was I? So yeah, I'm going to attack again with the air. I'm gonna and someone outside sick. Someone's coughing up a storm. All right, so let's do the thing. So now he's got 5. So he's German. 5 minus is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's a negative. That guy's also 5. So he just starts out at 5. Six minus 5 is 1. 3 minus 3 is 0. So is that 1 to 1? So, well, I guess it worked. That did not turn out well for the Germans, although it doesn't matter, actually, because it would have, they couldn't have gone over that anyway. Yeah, that flu thing's going around. I can hear people hacking out there. Okay. All right. Comments. Okay. Okay. Do you guys like seeing the comments on the stage? I'm curious. I'm always curious about that. Like, can you read it? Like, I usually have it on my phone. I can't read it. I'm just curious. Like, so this gives us an option now. That do you like those on there or not? I mean, it actually fits right there on my screen. I'm not playing I'm not playing down here.
Yeah, I turned it on in case you weren't being.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know. I'm just kind of curious if people like it. I mean, I think it's kind of good actually. Since I'm not reading it, that's a good idea.
Can I kick that warm-up dude out?
I don't know. We need to ban
it today.
Okay, thanks, Danny. Danny, you decide how our channels run. It's all up to you. You're the only one commenting. Yeah, we need to ban that. No dogs allowed. I love dogs, but again, if I were French, I would probably wait and see if they're going to attack there. But these Germans are going to attack here. We're going to use a movement point. It's going to be 8. It's going to be cost 1 to go in there and 1 to attack. They're going to go in there. Anyone committing anything? Oh, I could support it actually. So if the French were the French, would they save it for a potential attack on Paris or go up here? I wouldn't want to lose Paris. I'd save it and say, British, can we use that, please? So they're going to attack there. So they're going to use a thing there. So they're going to use one of their sorties. They're going to go up to 5. Probably not supposed to do it yet, but there's no air combat, so we're good because this guy can't reach up there. So that's kind of good. So 2, France 1, elite reduced, low supply, tank unit, air support. So 4. I think that's all. Golly, dude. 9 to 7. No, 9 to 6. Golly. If that's nothing, I'm gonna. DR2, one away from being nothing. So they go back. I got to quit saying the 2. And they move up. The reason I started with these guys, because it gives well, actually, I don't know if that is smart to start with those guys, but that's maybe not be smart, because then I could have reduced them. Shoot. Okay, well, that's a lesson learned. I didn't think I wanted to isolate them, because if they can't restart, they flip, but then I could have flipped them and I could have eliminated them easier than this, because they're going to keep retreating. This is really, it's kind of like Napoleonics. Those games, they just keep retreating, because they're not, it's hard to kill a whole army off. So okay, so lesson learned, again, that's why we play. Try to surround them so they can, flipping them over is good. All right, so I would attack them again. So that's move 1, 2. Okay. And I can't stop using them, so I have to finish their stuff. So now they're not going to get as many modifiers here, because I'm running out of error. So again, attackers 2, 1. I will use air. I don't think the France would commit. I think I want to save those for this potential attack on Paris. So, which is, I know it's kind of a bummer. I should roll a dice to see if they use them or not. But if this keeps happening, I'm going to be okay, because they're going to run out of movement points, I think. So let's see here. 2 to 1. I think I won't use air here, because I might want to use air to attack into that town if I can push them back. So, oh boy, is there any more? This guy. Yeah. Oh, and see, another good reason for putting this guy here is I can attack into. There's my dog. She just came in the room. What's up, Addie? Now you're trapped in here. Now you can't get out of the door. You need me to take you outside? Let me finish invading France, and I will take you out. She's like, I don't have time for you to invade France. I gotta go to the bathroom. I don't have opposable digits. I can't use the toilet. Yeah. You want me to let you out of here? Okay. She's so far so good. Oh boy, do the Germans spend their air support here? Because I definitely want to save one for France, or for Paris. Is this where you'd want to use it? I think I will use it. What's the British guy at? He's at 2. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll do it. So I know you'd have to commit that earlier, but so commit that. So 4, because you could do that math in your head. So 4 to 1. Oh my gosh, you just keep rolling. So I think this could be, so 5 and 4 is 9. 4 and 1 is 5. 9 to 5 is still DR. So that is that. So I think, nope, if I mobile attacked, I can't do that. So, all right, let's think about this. So, yep, I should have saved it going into a city, because you get -1 attacking into a hex containing a city. Yeah, shoot. Okay. Oh, actually, no, that's okay, because I'm not attacking the British unit. But Paris will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he'll get that. I need to attack, so let's just do it. So I'm going to use 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, because it costs 2 to move into a city to attack. I'm not crossing a river. So the DR attacker is 2. I'm not committing. The French isn't committing anyone. It's going to be a -1 attack, so it's a 1 to 0. You need a really high German roll. That's not going to do it, dude. 6 to 4. So 4 to 6. Oh no, it's an AS2. AS. So attacker stop, and it ends, and he's pretty much done anyway. So that's fine. That's okay. I push those guys back. He can't move into there. What's going on here? So I got 4 sorties. I am going to fly one down here and see what I can do here. So I'm going to do I am going to assault with this guy into Paris. So now they know what's going on there. This guy will then attack this guy down here. So German's going to be, or that's going to be that. French do not get anything. No more the sorties. Oh yeah, the sorties are a problem. Both 4 and 4. So that's going to be -2, -4. I need this these die rolls to change and go back to high. There we go. So it's going to be 2 to 1, which is, got it, just 5 and 5. It's not what I need. I need it to be better than that. But I was getting those great rolls where it was, wait, what did I just do there? 5, and then this guy gets 5. I think I pulled that out there. Okay. Oh, now my dog's like, I want out of here. I can't do anything here. You're right. I told you, don't come in here. Oh, well. These 3 are going to, I'm going to assault here. Assault here. Is it -2 for each? I don't think it's going to get. This guy's going to assault into here. This guy's going to assault into here. I'm basically doing this attack to get something done here.
Do it. Do it. Read Jeff Schulte's comment.
This is where I should have been.
Read Jeff Schulte's comment.
Don't assault with the Panzer. You have a natural +4. Multiple attacks will draw down his support. Okay, what do you mean here? So, okay, hold on. Okay, because he's a tank. Well, wait a minute. So he gets 2 for being a German. He gets 2 for being a tank. +1 per additional attacker tank unit and defenders. So he's going to get, if he's the assaulter here, he's the primary, and he's the primary. So if he's the primary here and there's a tank as primary, don't they still get the 4 plus their 2 supports? Don't assault with the Panzer. You have a natural +1 multiple attack. Multiple attacks will draw down his support. I mean, if I attacked with my movement, okay, hold on. Is that what you're saying? So if I attack with my movement, that's +2 each attack, right? I mean, I get the tank. Is that what you're saying there? All right. Save for Paris. Yeah, Jeff, let me know what you mean there. I mean, I guess. Oh, okay. So you're saying, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because it's one time. What am I? So I've got one air attack left. Yeah, I'm curious if it is better to attack. So what basically, so remember, if you assault, you're done. I mean, that's all you can do pretty much. You can move into a move to get into an assault position, but you can't do any attacks. Like I said up here, like he couldn't have gone up here, stopped, and then used some of his last points to assault, to support an assault into the hex. You can't do it. Once you've done mobile attacks, you can't, if I am understanding that correctly. If I attack with this tank into here, I might be able to keep attacking, and that basically he's a +4 every time he attacks. If I do it here, it's just a +4 one time, plus those two. You can make up to 3 attacks with a natural 4. Okay. Okay, interesting. All right. Okay, so you think even that for, yeah, all right. Okay, I hear you. All right, let's try that. Let's try the Jeff Schulte method. These guys can always do something else. Okay. Now he is attacking across the river, but if I can get across that river, that'd be even better. So the question is, who do I want to attack him, push him back this way? So yeah. All right, let's go. All right. So 10 movement, that's very interesting. So when is assaults for? Infantry into a town or something? I mean, so I guess don't assault here either, is what you're saying. And I don't want to place that assault there because he may not be there, although probably will be, honestly. But all right, well, let's give it a go. So the question is, if I attack here, he's going to retreat here or here? Probably here. And then I would attack him. And then hopefully those two would be pushed away and I have points to move into here. Okay. All right. Clear. Move across a river. Clear. Move. I keep moving my thing. Crossing a river, +1. And attacking, +1. So that's 3. So we'll attack this guy first. So attack modifier, interesting. So 2. I still think the Fringe are going to save it for a potential attack against Paris. Two. France is 1. Elite, reduce, low, tank unit. 4. But I'm attacking across a river. Doesn't that do something? Any other modifiers? Oh, does it take a sortie to drop air? Do an airdrop? Okay, we'll find out. 2 to 4. 4 to 2. That's going to be, oh, it is a DR. All right. So I think I would retreat into here as the French. So he has to move into here. Didn't have to. Would I move across there? No, because I want to stay there so I can now attack this guy. So the attack's going to be the same. It's going to be 3 to 1. Would the French back it up? And I don't want to lose Paris. So I would still not do that. It's the French boy. Come on there. Come on, Germans. There you go. And now, do I want to waste this on this attack? Probably not. So 8 to 2. French bad rolls for them. 2 in a row. DD. Defender disrupted. Reduce it. And so he reduces and goes to here. Now, and he's still, oh wait, that would have been another 3 points. And now, whoops. No, this is going to cost more. So he's going to spend 2 to move into there because it's an enemy fort. And can I attack this guy one more time? I think I can. I think it's 2. So it's a clear hex. And it's attacking. Clear hex. Yeah, the fair weather really helps. So, yep, I'm going to use all my points now to attack this down unit. So it's 2 to attack our French. Elite, reduce strength -2. So now he's a -1. Tank unit. No rivers, nothing like that. Here we go. It's a 4 to -1. So it's a 1, 2. It's a 7 to 1. DD. So he is destroyed, which is another point off their will. So he goes to the eliminated box. He's not going to leave Dijon. Oh, Dijon fell. No more mustard. So that's 2 down. So now they're down to 11. Jeff Schulte. Genius. Look at you. He's done, though. So I need to really mark these guys when they're done, because at some point you would definitely forget. Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can't support that. So maybe that's not such. Well, he kind of eliminates his retreat path down to back that way. So maybe that's good. So he's done. This guy's going to attack him. Oh, he's done. He moved. Okay. How about these guys assaulting that guy? Is that a good idea? When does assault good? Because I think you're kind of right. Even this way, it's not a bad idea. I mean, this guy's going to assault him. So it's going to be 8. Not assault. I'm sorry. He's going to attack him. So it's going to be 1, 2 to attack that guy. No support. Oops. 2 here. 1 there. This is not going to be great. So, but so it's 5 to 3. I think that's going to be nothing. Oh no, DR. Ooh, baby. He cannot retreat though. So he's going to spend 2 more points. Now this is going to help him. All right, now now it's coming together. Spending more 2 points, 2, 1. No supports of any kind, because again, the French are saving it for Paris. I do not want to lose Paris. So the defender, and this is actually better. Well, let me think about tank. Yeah, no, okay. It's a reduced unit, so it's 1, 2. So now it's -1, so it's 2 to -1. So it's now 5 to 2. DR2. He cannot retreat. So now he's there. Boom. That's another unit down. So that's will down to 10. All right. And I'm going to attack into a city. Which is 1, 2, 3. 2, 1. Attacking into a city is that way. This guy's going to be done. Well, let's wait until that's done. So it's probably not going to be a good attack here. Because he can retreat into there. So it's 4 to 3. Yeah, no effect. The combat is over, and the combat is over, in fact. So he's done. Well, I mean, that's good. Jeff Schulte for the win. This guy's going to move here for 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So let's see. All right, let's count it out here. It's in 1, and then 1 with the thing, and then dun. The fort is gone. Strasbourg falls. So now we're down to 8. Oh, wait, the production number should have gone up at that turn there. I should have put that number up. Yeah. So that production number should have gone up to 7 plus. Yeah, it should be 15. Yeah. Okay. I just need to move that production up. Okay. That's there. That's controlled by the axis now. Did I move the will down? Okay. Let's keep yourself in order here, bro. Move into there for 1. Move into that hex, and attack is 2. So they're going to attack. Attackers 2 and 1. It's only defense. 6 to 6, so it's 8 to 7. Attack over. Boy, I'm just getting a lot of. It says attack is over, but it doesn't say that their activation is done. So they get to do it again. So 1, 2. They're going to attack one more time. All the things are the same. So 5 to 6. No effect, thank goodness. Okay, so now the problem is they could go into here and take Strasbourg back, but whatever. I think you get something back for that. But okay. All right, so that's done. Again, last move, so I'm just trying to get as much as I can. He's going to be hurting for supply. In fact, he might be no supply. Oh no, these guys don't have a zone of control, so all right, this guy's going to attack. I'm going to have infantry attack. All right. Oh, hold on. I need to see how to do an airdrop and let my dog out. Hey, what's up, Arcade? Pixels, correct. Don't assault when you have positive net modifiers in a mobile attack. Interesting. Okay. I'm almost done, Annie. I'll take you. We're going to go for a walk. Almost done. Good job. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, so yeah, this is interesting. So I like what you're saying. So like this attack would be 2 to 1. It's an attack in the city, which is a -1. Yeah, so he's 2 and back to 1. They are 1. And then they have air tanks, ground support. I need to see how to do an airdrop. So please hold everyone while I figure out how to do an airdrop. We are at 13 viewers. Thank you so much for joining us on this lovely Sunday. Airdrop, airdrop. The Germans have to use it. They've got it. Let's use it. Hopefully I didn't waste all my air on it because I should have saved one. Puts an airdrop marker in a hex by performing a special marker action. Remember, this marker cannot be placed. This marker might be placed in the 3x range of an air. Oh boy, that was tight. Oh. Of an air of the same nationality, the Western marker may be placed. The phasing. The air unit is not considered activated and does not add a sortie to its total. So could any air do it? Cannot activate. I mean, I don't know. I've got one available. So when the marker is placed, an enemy city and no enemy unit, the phasing extra rolls on die roll of 1 to 3, put a friendly control. Oh, wait, are you serious? On 4 to 6, nothing happens. Local force. That's pretty cool. So if you move your, see, that's pretty awesome. That might have been an opportunity to take Calais, and then France would have had to pay points to move in there. These guys could have done that. I could have dropped into Calais. Again, why we're playing this. I got to make a note of that, actually. I've been making notes of things to do here. The comment in a video. Attacking. Oh, Jeff left. I wonder when that happened. A long time ago, probably. Airdrop into town. To city. I mean, it's 50-50 chance that nothing happens, and then you may or may not get that thing back. Let's see what else. Mobile attacking. So it seems like attacking to Paris with this is when you'd want to do an assault with that guy. So I think I'm going to want, so that's going to be a 2. It's going to be a 1 modifier with 1 air, 2, 3, but then this air will fight him. It's going to be 5 to 5. Very likely may not happen for him. So that one's a tight one. That's a tight call there, actually, because. All right. Well, let's see what happens. Okay. In all this, nothing happens in the markers. Okay. When the marker is placed, if the hex contains, in all other situations, nothing happens and the marker stays in the hex until the end of the action subphase. If an enemy or ground unit in the placement hex is attacked during the phase, the defending unit applies. When this marker is removed at the end of the action, so you don't have to roll for it? Okay. So you cannot put it in a ground movement prohibited hex, but it can contain an enemy unit. An enemy city and no enemy unit. In all other situations, nothing happens. Okay, so where can I put it? I can put it in any hex that is 3 hexes away. Okay, hold on. So is this the same kind of thing? So nope, it's not the same. It's not the same as a surprise attack. Oh boy, I'm rubbing off my notes here. All right. Oh yeah, this is great game camp. I'm really, it's pretty fun. Anytime it's attack. All right, so I'm going to put an airdrop in there. Boop. So airdrop in Paris, and I am going to attack Paris with this unit here. So now the French have to make some decisions. Do I want to use my tank, my ground support? So they are going to commit something to it. So if I were doing a thing, now again, let's look up commit and see if you have to say what you're committing. I think you go back and forth. Actually, I think that's there in the combat scene. Gone, mobile attacked. Okay, yep, you alternate what you're going to do. So, all right, so both sides. All right, so we're going to mobile. I'm going to attack Paris with my Panzer unit. All right, so both sides would say they commit. I'm sure it's attacker first. Man, I wish I'd use that surprise attack differently. Okay. So this is just played in a marker phase. That's not a part of an attack. That's just placed at some point. Then they know an airdrop is coming. All right, I'm going to commit this air. Well, I'm going to commit that. The Germans say, well, that's all I'm committing, because that's all they can admit. So the French have to decide. I think now it might stop. So I'm not going to put these in. Actually, I will do what's ground support. I'm going to do ground support. Because it might counteract the, actually, yeah, I'm going to do ground support. It might kind of negate a little bit what's going to happen. I'm going to save those tanks, because I can use those tanks in attack too, if I wanted to. All right. So the first thing that happens is so that's all we're committing. That's everything's done there. So we're going to, well, I'm taking notes, but I need to make them in such a way that I remember them, because I just realized I'm not going to remember those notes. That's hilarious. Sorry, everyone, making notes. Making note that Jeff Schulte gave me that advice. Okay. All right. I told my wife, it'll be 5 minutes, but of course I got the biggest combats coming up. All right. So first we're going to do the air. So German, the French don't get anything for their air. It's clear weather. That's going to be the modifier. So let's roll the air combat. Oh, sorties. Never mind. 5 and 5. So 5 minus 2 is a -3 and -5. So -5 to -3. Come on. So 4, it's 1 to 1. Just add 1, and they both get to receive ground support. So the air is done for the game. And all right, so let's go through the modifiers. German, France, elite, reduced, low, tank unit. Receiving air support, 6 to 3. Attacking into a city hex. 5 to 3. Oh, 5 to 4. And then you roll a die to see when you get that back. It would be 2. So it would come back in with the other ground support in November, but the game will be over. All right. So we're sitting at 5 to 4. Oh my gosh. So 10 to 8. I bet that's nothing. Yep. No effect. Oh, I used points too. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. Well, the Germans are done then. Oh. -2 on the, so that was 10. Oh, shoot. It was 10 to, oh, doggone it. All right, let's just think through what the modifiers were. I think that was the roll, right? Because yeah, he was at 5. Was he at 4? Yeah, it was 10 to 8, -2 for the defender. So it's 10 to 6. Woo! DR2. Boom. Look at that. Paris falls. And then this guy has to go back. He'd probably just go back to here. Or maybe, yeah, he'd go back to here. And they move into there. Look at that. Jeff Schulte, you're my hero. That's huge. So your capital falls. That's 4. So now they're down to 4. The airdrop doesn't really matter now because they're not going to be attacking into that hex. So I'm just going to take that out. And they get to roll. Now, this is kind of cool. They roll, and it's a 5. So they return turns 1 through 5, or so it's a 5 turns away. So it would be in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'd be February of year 2, which I can't imagine that'd be good. Or 6 removes it, like for Crete. Like, nope, we're not doing that anymore. So this guy can keep attacking. So he will attack that guy again. Gosh, Jeff Schulte. 1, 2 to attack. I gotta make sure I got that modifier right. 1, clear hex. Yep. Not across the river yet. So 2, French, 4. Thinking this is probably it. I'll put the tanks in there so they get the 2 for the tanks, and then they'll get that back in October. Man, I wish that airdrop was that thing. That's why that surprise attack would be great, because it would affect all of these, so it'd still impact that. Dang it. So it's now 8 to 4. One more, one less, it would have been a DD. So he would probably go. Yeah, I think he would probably block out. And then he is going to attack BEF. So 1, 2. And commit. Yeah, I'm going to commit tanks and air. So this is going to be bad. Actually, yeah, they have. So I'm not going to do them both. We're just going to do, we'll do tanks. So 2 for that, 2 for that, 2 for that. Nope, 1, 2, 3 for that. So 1 for being UK, 2 for the tanks. And I think that's it. So yeah, they're not doing, oh, well, I could commit air because I got a lot more to go here. So yeah, we're going to do air. So it's going to be, yeah, I forgot. It's not, of course you would commit air to that. That's a huge, I mean, that's a huge multiplier there. 2. So now it's, so the Germans have to roll high and they need them to roll really low. And 3 to 3 is not going to do it. So it's going to be, it's probably going to be a stop. So it's going to be 8 to 7. So 7 to 8 is just a no effect. Tanks are done. So that goes to the next turn. So they get those back in October. And they'll do it again. This will be their last one. They'll do air, of course. So let's just do that. So it's going to be 4 for the German, 1 for UK, 2 for air. So it's going to be 4-3 again. Come on, man. Oh, golly, you got to be kidding me. 10-9. Good night. Are you serious? 10-9. No effect. And that is done. And then this guy would move into here. And he's going to attack that. Okay, so he moves. Oh, wait. Oh, easy there, buddy. He was here. He can't move. He can't move into there because that's Zoc to Zoc, but he could go 1, 2. So 1, 2. What are we doing here? Learning and taking notes. Is this basically the same system as a full? Yes. It's actually the same rule set. It's just what you're not. There's no naval operations. Jeff can actually explain what. It's basically the same rules. That's an interesting. Yeah, so it is reduced rule set. For sure, there's no naval operations and there's no diplomacy for the most part. There's little amounts. So, but I think a lot of it's very similar. Like so far, I think everything Jeff's asked me about, they have a rule for it. So he moved. He's 8. He moved 1, 2. He went 1, 2. Because it was a controlled city. And now he's going to attack the British. The British will commit error, so that'll be 5. What happened to my 5? There it goes. In the wrong order here. Oh, actually, it's not in the wrong order. 5. All right. Germans don't have anything. It's 2 for the German, 1 for them, so it's 2-3. Yeah, I think for the most part, Grog said you wouldn't need to get it. I think there are a couple scenarios in here that you don't have. I think. I'm not sure, but it's a nice thing to pull out and maybe play a small game if you don't want to pull out all the maps. That's kind of how I saw it. Like if I were like meeting you up at a game day or something, and you're like, and you didn't know the system, I'd be like, yeah, here, let's play a couple scenarios, and I would play the Polish in the first one. So you could just learn some of it. If you want to just learn the basics, I might just run through the first 3 scenarios, maybe even just this one, but so, all right, we're attacking. We're at 2-3. That's not going to make it. In fact, that's probably going to end the attack there. It's going to be 3-9. This could be really bad, actually. AA, defender receive, attacker attrition. Wow. Okay. That's my first one of those, but it makes sense. That's kind of cool. I don't think I can attack anymore. So then the big thing would be, so the will is down to, the will's down to 4. That's a pretty big deal. So I think I will use my little tile space markers because it's a lot easier to take off than rotating counters. Yeah. So unless you want to teach this and take it to a game day or something, you could probably avoid getting it. I mean, I hate saying that. Wait, well, hold on. Do I want to attack with these low supply boys? It's -2. So it's basically 0. I mean, it's a chance to. So yeah. Okay, hold on. All right, let's not waste movement here. So these guys would come down here and attack. So this is an assault situation, right? So this guy would put thing here and say, I'm going to assault this guy, and this guy's going to assault this guy. So let's do this with the low before I wrap up that turn. So then let's look at the attacks here. So that would have been, I don't need any movements. Pretty unlikely I'm going to get much done here. Oh, okay. So it has the, I guess the only one I was curious about, how about the North Africa? Well, hold on. Let me finish this battle and then let me come to that. Because I think when this is done, I would just see what it takes to, could I take Strasbourg back as the French? Okay. So let's do this attack. Let's do this assault. So it's German attacking. It's French defending. It's not reduced, but it is low supply. So now I'm to 0. No one's receiving air support. That's all done. I'm not attacking into a city, which is a bummer because it'd be nice to take something. And then it's a +1. So we're even up to 1-1. So I don't know, if I get a 6-1, it might be nice. Or 5-2. I don't know. So 5. So it's 6, 2, 3. And it's just a DR. I needed a DD. So defender retreat. You retreat into Vichy. So Jeff, do you understand about forts? All right, so that would be that. Checking supply. Okay, well, let me see. How do you, are these guys no supply? Like this guy. That's like limited supply. So he's probably low supply. Well, no, because he can now go through to there. So the question is, can the French come out of here and like start attacking? Like I wouldn't leave that open like that. I don't think. I'd keep a couple armies there to keep these guys honest. Have a guy here and here. Those guys there. Well, now this guy can go in there and displace that and take that. Oh, he can take that town back because there's no one around him. Oh, dang. Anyway, I guess the question is, do forts take a movement point to move out of? All right, so that's that. That's as far as the Germans are going to get. Now I need to check supply here. In fact, I'm going to so supply. I'm going to do that offline because I really need to understand that. I'm a little confused about stuff here because I think no, he could go. He's got but he doesn't. So I think this guy's now low supply. Oh no, I have Paris. So I think Paris is a limited supply. Limited means low, so he's low. I really need to get rid of that fort. Actually, that is an important fort to get rid of. And this guy's low supply, I think. Because that zone of control is a problem too, actually. So really, did I move that guy from here into here? But he started attacking. Okay. So he should have stayed here. He couldn't move into there, and he would still have normal supply here because he could go boom and get the train over there. So that's a reason to leave him there. So let's make a note there. Thanks, Danny. Appreciate your help, man. Appreciate your comments. Supply. Note where to stay. Yeah, Jeff, man, I appreciate you pulling it. I don't know when I would have noticed that thing about the attacking. Man. I think so. I think limited supply only, I can only put 2 units in there. I don't know how you're supposed to keep track of that. Yeah. So these 2 would be supplied, but I'd probably actually want, I think these guys have no supply. So I think I was probably wrong on these guys. No, because they could, wow, shoot, dude. Oh, and it's only a friendly capital is limited supply. A friendly capital without a port in a Western country is an LSS for a UK. A supply line is traced from the So this guy actually gets, so he's actually in supply. This guy is actually in supply. No, we can't go through that unit. Oh, shoot. 1, 2. Nope. So now I'm concerned about what limited low supply is. I think I might have had these guys marked wrong. There are 2 types, limited and unlimited. A limited supply source can supply up to 2 units. Okay. So that's the only way to be low. You know, oh boy. Full, low, and no. When the supply state is determined for the turn. Okay. So, okay. These guys would go low supply. Maybe that's what you do. This guy here, they stay low supply limited. So what I'm talking about here is, so he probably wants to say, okay, wow, this is big. Okay, so this capital now can supply 2 people. I'm just going to call these guys, they're out of supply. Because these guys, someone's going to go to no supply. And I think, so this guy's going to get supplied by rail to there. He's also going to go, so he's going to go low supply. Holy crap, dude. If I'm understanding this all correctly, sorry, these aren't clipped. All right. So they just flipped to low supply. These guys are already low supply. I do not want to flip them to no supply. I don't want to flip these 2 to no supply. This guy, yeah. Okay, hold on. So this guy will go low supply. So he's going to supply him. Let's keep a guy supply this. These guys will, oh my gosh. So I want to supply him and him. This guy's going to go no supply. And so he's low supply. This is fascinating figuring this out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, wow, supply is fascinating. Okay, wow. Okay. Supply only goes down 1 level each turn. Paris will serve as a limited supply source for 2 units. According to these rules, 2 units. So I'm supplying this unit, my Panzer unit, and 1 of these units because I don't want all these to go no supply because they're already low supply. Does that make sense? So I thought, so I'm like, oh, I see what's up. So he's supplied. Well, no, you know what? Let's keep a full supply unit. So maybe I do go no supply. I don't think so because at the end of, wait, when does this happen? So that's the supply chain. No supply. A phasing unit with no supply is reduced or eliminated. Oh, geesh. A phasing unsupplied ground unit or a phasing maybe a phasing unsupplied ground unit or phasing supplied or unsupplied air unit may be voluntarily eliminated. That's an interesting thing too. A phasing unit with no supply is reduced or eliminated. I mean, that's going to happen after the French turn. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll kind of work through this. I'm kind of going through it fast because I've been here for now 2.5 hours. Well, 2 hours. Another 2 hours towards my goals. All right. So the question I have now is can they move out of the forts? And does it cost a movement point to move out? So that would be it for the supply phase. It's now the French turn. I guess the question is, could they retake Paris? They have no support of any kind. It is a reduced unit in Paris. Now that's an interesting concept. They do get plus. And also, can French and British assault with each other? I feel like they could. Oh, well, now concerned. Oh, the British are now stuck in France right now. They can't move here or here. So I could potentially defeat the British unit. I think this guy used all of his stuff. No, he was done. Oh, boy, did I not use the last? Oh, so they have a sortie left. Ooh. Anyway, I got to figure out if this guy can leave this fort and take Strasbourg back. Strasbourg's huge for them. Hey, almost done here. I know. That's what I just mentioned. Yeah, my wife just came in and said, you said 25 minutes an hour ago. Yeah, I know. That's how it goes. Time flies, baby. Yeah, if I did that right, did I do that right? Oh man, did I see I still have the thing. So, all right, so the French would pay a point to activate that unit. And if it can't be that one, it could be that one. Right, no, they're in it. They're in a zone of control, and I don't think they can move out of the fort within a zone of control. But this guy could move out of that fort and displace that and take Sedan back. No, yeah, because there's no zone of control there. Oh, that was not very smart. So they're leaving this fort. I don't know if that's a movement point or not. Seems like it should be. So they start out at 8. I mean, it would be a thing, and then they're going to move into an enemy occupied town. So it's 1, 2, 3, and they displace this air, and he would go back to Dusseldorf, or maybe over here. He'll go to Dusseldorf, and they take the town back. So that does something. So it's +2. So back up to 6. And then they're going to go into. Wait, can they move into Brussels? Whoa. The only restriction was there. So, yeah, they're going to move into there. Oh, my gosh. They could just go start taking all these towns back over. Boom. Oh my gosh. Freaking kidding me. So that was 3 more. And I can't move. I think because I think it's, and so they get 2 more back. Oh, and that's not French well though. Wait, can I move into Aachen? Hold on. Can France move into Germany? Okay. Boom. Seems wrong. Hey, Cardboard Commander. The French are taking everything back. Yeah, what happens with national will? German doesn't even have will. They just took Aachen, though. That wouldn't go well for the Germans. They didn't design this in the game because, like, what idiot would leave it open? Oh, leave it to WARdROBE and McMurray. And so they move through here and displace this guy to Frankfurt, I guess. And he's done. Now, I left all this other stuff open, but that's kind of silly. Yeah, I'm enjoying the Cardboard Commander. And then BEF, yeah, they're going to attack Paris. To a country, each time the capital becomes friendly controlled after being enemy controlled. It says friendly, so we're going to attack it. So it's going to be, they're attacking a German thing. They're a British unit. They're going to do their last air and do it. Nope, other way. Nope, it's this way. They're going to get air support. Their combat is going to be -2, so now they're at 0. I am attacking into an enemy-controlled city. I need to use the movement points 8, 1, 2, 3. So it's a minus. So it's British air city here. It's not a straight. So, all right. Three, 5 to 2. DR. Oh, low unit. Hold on, it was. I already did low. Okay. Oh, because they're reduced as well. So it's a negative. So they're 0. So it's a 1. Does it matter? 5 to still. Dang it. Western controlled. All right, this is not going well. All right. Back up to 10. And they're going to keep attacking here. DR is going to be less. So it's them, German unit, low supply. It's a German. Okay, so British, German unit, British. Do the steps. Reduce strength 2, back to 0. Low supply, -2. It's a mobile unit, not a tank unit. Do I have a tank unit anymore? No. So now it's a 1 to -2. Oh, that cost them 2. Ooh, this is good. So it's 7 to 0. DD3. So they are now reduced. I got to quit saying the 3. So that's an eliminated unit. And they could advance into there, but they're not going to. They're going to use their last attack to go against this tank here. Good Lord. So this is going to be it. They're not low supply. Oh, they are low supply. 2 for the German, 0 because of low supply. Attackers 1. So that's 1 to 0. This is the last attack of the game. 6 for the Germans. Oh, not good. So 1 for them and no, 6 for the Germans. 2. So 2 to 7. Yeesh. AA. Oh, 2 to 7. AA is attacker attrition. I just reduced myself. Well, that's what I get for attacking, but I took Paris back. Game over. Oh, it's isolated. It's isolated at the time of attack. Yep, you're right. Defender has no eligible retreat hex. Oh, wow. Smart move then. Okay, so that would have been. Okay, so hold on. I probably didn't reduce this unit. Gosh, Jeff, you're awesome. So it was -1. No. Oh, +2. So it would have been 6 to 4, which is 4 to 6, which is an AS attacker stopped. So they didn't reduce, so it saved it. Boom! Wow, what an end to the game. They took Aachen. France took Aachen, and so Jeff, do you know? Did no one play the original game? Is this new version just a light edition? So Marxism, Marx 3688. What was your question? Oh yeah, I mean, people were playing the original game. They're coming out with a second printing or a third printing. I think it's a second printing of the Unconditional Surrender, the full game. It's on pre-order for $50. So from what I've seen, or is it 54, $60? I don't know. It depends where you are. Let's say $60. The full game's on reprint for $60. Who knows when it'll be? Sometime this year. You can find used copies, and all the rules are online. And apparently, Board Game Arena, you can play and it enforces the rules. Which now that I've done this, I might try it just so I can see. And I'm not too worried. I don't mind playing Vassal or that version if it's not for sale currently by the supplier. It is, but it's not in stock. Does that make sense? Anyway, if it is, then I only do that to test it out and see if I want to buy it. Maybe. Usually I just buy it because that's what gamers do. This is just the Western campaigns. It's a way to I don't want to pull out the whole map to teach you Marxy Marx. I don't want to pull that out. You and I are going to a game day. I can just pull this out and we can play this and we can be done. So that's kind of cool. I don't have to pull out the whole map and go through the parts. I don't have to worry about naval and diplomacy. Now, those things are cool, and I look forward to learning them. But this is a way for us just to learn the mechanism of combat and support and supply, because supplies, it's not hard. I don't think it's that hard. It's just got to wrap my mind around it and just make sure I'm getting the details right on it. Oh, cool. All right, good. So I hope he goes to the Pacific. I don't know how the naval works, so that would be interesting. But I do hope he gives it a go. And so Jeff was saying that all these, third printing. Oh, mounted. Oh man, I usually don't go for. I didn't go for that. Are you saying I should go for that? Doggone it, Jeff. Grr. I should buy you the mounted map since you're so helpful. So I'm seeing. Well, Jeff and Marx. So in the second scenario, it's the Norway battle. Baltic. No, that's not Baltic. Norway battle. Weather is completely messes you up. If it's poor, you're screwed. And I got to go here. I got to go walk the dog and stuff. I'm curious. The weather really affects this. Now that scenario is a training scenario. I'm not too worried about that scenario not being balanced or that playable. If the weather goes poor, you're screwed. But I'm curious even about the big game. So now, fortunately, I get 3 months where it's always going to be fair. But man, that poor weather, it really hurts attacking. So like, it seems like the attack should be minimal. You're just not going to get a whole lot. I wouldn't want to use my air resources on it because you have limited. And I assume the Germans have supply limitations too when you're playing the full game. So I think there's a lot of things here. And like Jeff was revealed that attack thing I was doing wrong. Like I was talking about earlier, would the French stay in the forts this long, or would they have started to pull back? I didn't in this because the game was over. I knew the game would be in, but would you pull that out of the Maginot forts and, create a line here? Or do you stay in there and start to go, because it'd be 1, 2, 2 turns. So 3. So you go low and then you go no. And it'd be 2 turns. You could be, 2 turns are just, and then 3 eliminated. So I don't know, maybe it is smart to be in there. It just seems smart at some point to come out of those, but I don't know how you come out of that. I don't think you can come out of the forts when you're in a zone of control. Like, I don't think these 2 guys can come out of that. I'm not clear on that. I don't think they can, because it said if they move, they're in a zone of control. Like, they're in a zone of control. So you can't, and I think you have to move out of the fort and in. I don't think you can just move out. Let me know, guys. I'm a little confused about that, because I feel like you have to come out of the fort, because I think you can be in there and not in the fort. So I feel like it's 2 locations within a hex. Well, yeah, severe weather. I mean, I don't know what you do. I think you just recover your air sorties and maybe build up forces. You don't reduce anybody, you just rebuild. I just don't know how you do anything in severe. You're certainly not doing any amphibious or air stuff, which is true. But man, oh man. But I guess in a way you just kind of enjoy the story and say weather was bad that year. Not much happened. I don't know. Just do what you can, I guess. And who knows, you might get some good rolls. Well, I appreciate everybody. I can't even imagine, Jeff. There is the case blue that you can, I kind of wish they had put case, I mean, it wouldn't be Western campaigns, but I kind of wish they had reprinted case blue. I guess you could probably, I guess it's on Vassal, because now I played case blue a million years ago when it came out in that magazine. And I was like, I really like this so far. This was, I think you have a lot of choices. You have choices in order to do things. One thing, it being a little simpler game, I think I make rash decisions a little bit. Like I move a little too fast. There was that choice of attack up here. I should have maybe done the attacking up here first, isolate this guy, because then he would have reduced. And then I need to eliminate units, because that also hits will. Obviously, somehow I need to stay back. And so, yeah, I move these guys out of here, kind of not thinking, but you need to keep these guys here to keep these guys honest. Yeah, I can't use Tabletop Simulator, but it is on, I can use, wait, what is it? Is it Board Game Arena? I think I was actually able to use that. And now I want to try it and see about the rules and stuff, like moving here. That might help me understand that. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I need to go walk the dog, spend some time with my wife. I know. Why would you want to spend time with me? But she wants to spend time with me. I want to spend time with her. Blah, blah, blah. All that stuff. I do. You guys are great. I appreciate all the people sitting here watching me for 2.5 hours ramble on. I'm going to put 2 hours of playtime here. I got to shoot a video on this. I liked it a lot. All right. You guys are awesome. We'll talk to you later. Cardboard, thanks. Thanks all for popping on. We'll see y'all.